Why autistic people love Sonic the Hedgehog.
Here we go!
For some reason, anthropomorphic characters of the 90s often had a way of connecting with many people. Many people on the spectrum are drawn to Sonic the Hedgehog in particular. And this may sound odd to you, but I'm not just pulling this idea out of nowhere. It's actually a well-documented phenomenon known as the Sonic phenomenon. People on the spectrum.
Are you serious? The Sonic... Is this actually like some scientific, like well-documented research thing? Or is it just something that, I don't know, people on Reddit made or something? You know what? I actually want to know that. The internet phrase, the Sonic phenomenon regarding autism merges a real biological term. The Sonic the Hedgehog gene? What? But that's from the video. Where's like an actual document or something? Wait, what is this? Above and beyond ABA therapy? Wait, is this actually real? What are you talking about? I mean, I have ADHD and I haven't tested myself for like autism or whatever. I could see myself having autism and ADHD. For now, all I know is that I have ADHD and like both, like what is it called? Like the freaking hyperactive one and the other one, the inattentive one. Like, I have both, and I loved Sonic, and I still love Sonic. I loved him way more when I was a kid, but I still love Sonic, and I guess I'm part of it. I don't know. I guess I'm part of the research.
People on the spectrum, both children and adults, often have a strong affinity for the Sonic the Hedgehog series, myself included since I was 6. Not every person on the spectrum is a fan, but many are.
Yeah, that's like saying everybody loves trains if you're autistic.
The gameplay and the characters themselves often tend to catch our interest. The quote-unquote Sonic phenomenon is actually one of the most well-studied examples of cross-generational autistic special interests.
Bro, there's no way. There's no way. How have I never heard of this before? Like, I know it's like the stereotypical thing, like, oh, if you love trains or freaking planes or something, it's like, or dinosaurs, right? Dinosaurs, that's like, you're, you know, freaking autistic or something. But I've seen like videos like correlating Sonic with autism before. But like, to find out that it's like actually a freaking well-documented, like one of the most well-documented things ever, whatever. Dude, this is the first time I'm hearing it. So you got to provide some evidence. Like, cause like when I typed that in Google, the thing that popped up was your video and like a couple little articles or whatever. But if it's that documented, I need more. I need more evidence.
Well-studied examples of cross-generational autistic special interests. Let's start with the games themselves. Many of the Sonic games are about mastering patterns. For example, running through Green Hill Zone or Emerald Hill Zone at top speed for your fastest time. Or in the 3D games, continually repeating a level till you get S rank. Any of that sound familiar?
Right.
Sonic games are also more structured than many other games, and that really appeals to many autistic minds. Unlike, say, an open world game like Grand Theft Auto 5, which might feel chaotic and overwhelming at times, most Sonic games are highly structured, and that can be less overwhelming and tiring for the autistic mind.
I don't know. I mean, for me, I've had games. Most of the games that I play when it comes to Sonic are like Flash games, like Sonic RPG 9 or something, like some random freaking games, like Sonic Final Fantasy X or something, like, I don't know. Like, yeah, Sonic Final Fantasy X with this freaking guy. And then obviously Sonic RPG, like this guy with freaking 𝗯𝘂𝘀𝗀𝘀 or whatever his name used to be, or was, or is, I don't know. But like, yeah, with this guy. Yo, this is what I used to play. These kinds of games. And like the only games that I have played with Sonic, like actually official games, are on the DS and like Sonic Colors. Like Sonic Colors on the DS. That's all I remember playing. Maybe it's because when I was a kid, I used to be more of a gamer. So I never really noticed that much about like how chaotic it actually is. But like nowadays, if I actually played Sonic or whatever, or not even just Sonic, like Sonic games, I love Sonic as a character, but like Sonic games, it goes by too fast for me. Like I'm like trying to speed run, you know, I'm trying to like run fast, and then all of a sudden I like hit a wall or something because I missed like a freaking jump that I needed to land and stuff, and then I fall to spikes or something. Like it's too much, right? It's too much for me. But I guess for some people, it's perfect. I don't know.
Classic Sonic, for example, your goal is to get from left to right. You can also optionally finish the special stages, which often rewards you with super.
See, that's where I get confused with those special stages.
Faster, more efficient speeds. And yeah, from childhood, I've repeated classic Sonic 2 and 3 levels endlessly. And it's a relaxing time for me to just play through those levels as an adult. And in my teens, I would run the Sonic Adventure 1 and 2 levels repeatedly, either trying to get that perfect time for an S rank on every level, or just trying to collect animals for my chow. Sonic's
Honestly, I feel like if I was a kid and I actually was able to play these games, like outside of just Sonic Colors, because I never really had consoles besides like a freaking Xbox, like the original Xbox, and the only stuff I played there was like freaking Blinks the Time Sweeper or Tony Hawk Underground or something like that. Like I don't remember anything else that I played there. But yeah, like for the most part, I just played on my MacBook, like MacBook Sierra, and that laptop barely ran anything. So the only thing I could play are those like Flash games on the computer. So if I had the ability to, like, if I was able to play on like, I don't know, different consoles or whatever. If I had these games, I guarantee I would be playing them when I was a kid. But I never was able to play them besides Sonic Colors. But I loved Sonic Colors. So I feel like if given the chance, I would be able to actually play these games and also enjoy them. But if I try and get to those games now, it's too much for me. But then again, any game is too much for me because I'm not really a gamer anyway. So I don't know.
Attitude itself
maybe that has nothing to do with
an
Sonic.
Autistic person like me. When a giant, intimidating robot appears or a crisis strikes, Sonic doesn't freeze in panic. Anxiety never overtakes him. He gives a confident smirk, shrugs his shoulders, and rushes forward.
You've turned into a big-time villain, Doctor.
He's what I always wanted to be. I keep a picture of his iconic smirk in the dark right on my desktop. Because whenever I see those green eyes with that grinning smile, I'm just like, he's got this. And it makes me feel more confident too seeing it.
Okay, that part is true. I'm not gonna lie. Like, as a character, Sonic has got to be one of the most, like, he has to be top tier for me. He has to be. Like, as a character, I love him. But game-wise, I wasn't, like, the only games I play are, like, some freaking random-ass, like, games that no one pretty much has played. Like, freaking Final Fantasy Tactics Advance, or these, like, RPG Sonic games, Super Smash Flash 1 and 2, but specifically 2, where you have, like, Goku and Naruto and stuff, and Ichigo for some reason. Like, dude, I played more, like, niche, quote-unquote, games. I don't know. Like, game-wise, I'm not, like, that big on Sonic, but as a character, dude, I love Sonic. The confidence, how cool he is, his voice, speed. Speed is like one of my favorite superpowers ever. Just everything about him. As a character, he's way more cool than Mario. But when it comes to games, I feel like Mario is better. I feel like that's a pretty cool take though.
Sonic also does something constantly that many of us autistic people can appreciate. He completely rejects societal expectations. And damn did I appreciate that as a child.
I'm waiting.
He doesn't care about fitting in. He doesn't alter his personality to please authority figures.
I'm waiting.
Sonic is absolutely 100% authentically himself at all times.
I love that,
and that
dude.
has always been one of the most liberating things I've seen in a character. Sonic's a fantasy to me of zero masking freedom. He runs through the world entirely on his own terms, unbothered by what strangers think of him. I also asked other—
Bro, that's what I'm talking about. Like, I love how free he is. Ever since I was a kid, I've always been like, I've loved the concept of freedom. So seeing how free Sonic is and how cool he is and just like how he doesn't care about, like, you know, freaking anything pretty much. Freaking Shadow the Hedgehog being an edgelord, Sonic is like, you think, you know, like he just doesn't care. Eggman is up to no good, you know. Damn, I'm really starting to talk like Sonic. Eggman, you're up to no good or something. But like he just doesn't care. He's just doing his thing, you know? And then Amy loves Sonic and constantly tries to like jump on him or something. And then Sonic is just like, no way, Jose, goes away or something. Bars, by the way. Damn. No way, Jose. Bars, by the way. No, like, bro, what am I talking? And for someone like me who's sex repulsed and also I wouldn't say aromantic, but I do have, I don't know, maybe I'm on the spectrum of that. I don't know, because like romance for me is just, I don't know what that's a whole nother thing I got to unpack with like Dr. K or something, because I don't know what I have going on there. But the fact that he's not striving for a relationship and doesn't care for it or whatever, like that's so freaking cool, man. That's so cool.
Autistic people why they like Sonic.
Putting aside the quality of their games, which exactly, dude. Sonic all the way. Mario is cool, but he's too much of a simp. He's too much of a simp. He doesn't have the swag. It's Sonic, dude. It's got to be Sonic.
Such as 𝗯𝘂𝗀𝘂𝗀𝘀. I think the Sonic games are great to hyperfixate on. At first, it can be frustrating, but once you get good, they become extremely fun to blitz through at breakneck speeds.
That, I do agree with that. I feel like if I actually, like, had the time for it, and I didn't have to do YouTube and also be a janitor and whatever else I have to do with as an adult, I feel like if I actually put my time in the actual game and got good at it, oh, dude, it would be so fun. Just zooming past the levels and stuff. Damn, that actually sounds so fun. But that wall I gotta get past, you know, like the wall of like actually learning the level and layout and all that stuff. It's like, I ain't trying to do that, man. Also, this level, by the way, I don't know why, but actually I do know why. It reminds me of Attack on Titan. Like the buildings, like look at this.
They become extremely fun to blitz through it.
Dude, tell me this ain't straight out of like 𝗯𝘂𝘀𝗀𝘀 or whatever. You know, freaking like somewhere here, I guarantee there's a Titan rowing around, and then freaking Aaron is like going to like stab him or something.
Breakneck flow state. I know Sonic Rush and 2 like the back of my hand, and speeding through them is fun. This was an important point to me. Even nowadays, when there's a million different games available to us, I don't tend to play a million different games. I tend to hyperfixate on 1 or 2 games and play them repeatedly, like I would with Sonic games as a kid. No one mentioned this, but I noticed another sequel to Sonic games.
Me with Blinks the Time Sweeper and Tony Hawk Underground. But then again, I'm pretty sure those are like the only games I actually could play on the Xbox, so I had no choice.
Unlike many other games, they have always been forgiving, and that's a good thing. Other games do thrive on repetition, but few are nearly as forgiving as Sonic. What do I mean? Well, Sonic games have a ring system, which was completely like most other games at the time, which had a health system. You can always be interrupted with losing your ring.
Oh, that's true. That's true, because even if you have 1 ring, that's enough to just like keep you in the game. You know, like you're fighting Dr. Eggman or something, and as long as you have that 1 ring, you know, like if he hits you and you lose it or stuff, grab the ring and you're still good, you know? But obviously the more you have, the easier it is, because you get hit once and then look at this, you freaking, you know, explode and stuff. And it's like, yeah. But like if you have a health bar and you keep getting hit and then it goes down to 0, like I guess maybe some games you can potentially regenerate the health, but I don't know. I feel like it's easier with the rings, because they're like everywhere pretty much. So
Other games at the time which had a health system. You can always be interrupted with losing your rings, and it does stink to lose that flow, but you can generally just pick them up again and get back to flying through the level. You're not permanently shrunk down because you made a mistake and immediately killed if you dare get hit again. With Sonic, you tear through the level, it's
wait.
Immediately.
But with this game, you can still get health though, right? I'm pretty sure when I played this game before, because isn't this like Super Mario 64 DS? I'm pretty sure you can like regenerate that, but I feel like it's not as easy to regenerate this bar as like just collecting Sonic rings.
Killed if you dare get hit again. With Sonic, you tear through the level. It's okay if you make a mistake, and once you've repeated the patterns of bosses, you can tear through Robotnik within literal seconds.
Tails literally were just swimming in lava, by the way.
You do get better at them on repetition, but they're deeply unforgiving by comparison to Sonic.
Yeah, dude, that freaking health bar. I remember playing like a Mega Man game on the computer, because where else was I supposed to play games, right? But when I played this on the computer, dude, I don't think it lasted long. This health bar was running down hella fast.
You'd never get into them because
And
I would get so emotionally frustrated.
I don't know if
Same
you
with
can even
Mario.
regenerate.
1 to 2 hits and you're out. But in Sonic, it's always been okay for me to make a mistake. I just pick up some rings, I get back up and keep running. Now, let's talk about these characters. Why are they autism friendly? Well, in the real
colors,
world, many people
right?
on the spectrum find real-world socializing exhausting because human expressions, hidden agendas, and changing social scripts are difficult for us to pass. But in Sonic, it's easy. Characters tend to have big and expressive eyes. You can look at a character like Sonic or Shadow and get a good idea of their emotional state and moral
That's
boundaries.
true.
The Sonic characters also haven't varied much in their personalities since they first started talking in 1998. Amy had a bit of a shake-up from Sonic CD to Sonic Adventure, but otherwise the characters have stayed very similar for 28 years. Why is
Right.
that?
Amy used to be even more of a simp over Sonic, I'm pretty sure. But now, eventually, she became more confident in herself. She still loves Sonic, obviously, but she has her own thing going for her, which, you know, is always great to see. But yeah, I like that, actually. I've seen a video talking about like something similar about like Sonic being like autism friendly or whatever. In that video, they started talking about colors, not like the game, but like the actual colors of the characters. I don't remember what exactly they said about that, but that is a factor that they provided. And that made me think about why I potentially loved or still love. I mean, I don't know if I would say I love. I still enjoy it. I still like it. I don't really indulge in it though. But as a kid, I loved My Little Pony as well. So Sonic and My Little Pony, both series have like a really colorful cast. And then in the case of My Little Pony, like I used to go through like hard times as a kid, and I'm trying to undermine the actual severity of it, but I was struggling. I was going through it. I was crying myself to sleep and stuff. And to man, this is actually bringing me back because I remember when I was crying myself to sleep, I genuinely was thinking and straight up dreaming about like going to the world of My Little Pony because everybody is so happy there, so friendly. Any problem you have, you can just solve through the power of friendship. You know, everybody's so supportive and stuff. Unlike the real world. I don't know where I was going with that, but just showing that I used to love My Little Pony. Same as Sonic. Now, I don't remember myself, like as a kid, dreaming of being in the world of Sonic. Nah, you know, I don't think I dreamed of being in the world of Sonic. But I was jealous, I think of Chris, I think his name was, from Sonic X. I was jealous as hell of the kid that, cause like he literally just got a friend. He literally got Sonic as a friend. And I'm like, dude, people are judging the fact that Chris kept Sonic in his world or whatever. Brother, I would do the same thing. I don't care. I am not judging that kid for that at all, cause I would do the same thing. You can say what you want about me, but brother, I was lonely, you know? I was lonely and freaking Sonic is the GOAT, dude. And hey, this is Sonic we're talking about here. It works out anyway. Like you can keep him in a freaking seal of, like a freaking time seal where he's just frozen in time. And he's still going to break out because he's the best. He's the GOAT.
Well, the predictability is appreciated by many people in the spectrum because it lowers our social fatigue.
You can't
People in
defeat him.
Sonic games are wearing social masks, so there's not much we have to decode. Knuckles is Knuckles, Amy is Amy, and Sonic is Sonic. And I
Knuckles
appreciate
is
that.
tougher than
What you see is what you
leather
get.
or whatever
Just
that
a
thing is
guy
called.
that loves adventure. I'm Sonic the Hedgehog.
But despite the clearly
Sonic
transparent
the
characters,
Hedgehog!
autistic brains also appreciate the surprisingly vast amounts of lore to this hedgehog. From the endless games, to the many iterations of cartoons, to the 30 years of comics.
I love the
many
comics.
Oh, they just keep going.
There's always been some new
Damn.
way for me to experience Sonic's
Yo, I want to see this guy's room. How much merch does he have of Sonic? But Sonic, the comics, yo, those slap, dude. Those go hard.
character for almost my whole life. The color
Archie
aesthetic
and
of Sonic is
IDW.
also very autism friendly. I adore
What did he say?
The color aesthetic of Sonic is
Exactly. I don't know what he's going to say about it, but the colors, dude.
also very autism friendly.
That's probably why I loved the color blue when I was a kid so much, because Sonic.
I
I don't know.
adore Sonic's signature blue. It's sharp,
Same.
it's vibrant, and like many other Sonic characters, it's like candy to many minds on the spectrum. The bright red of Knuckles, the vivid pink of Amy, the saturated orange of Tails.
I love the way he's putting that,
extends to the levels. Look at all those vivid colors of Green Hill, those bright checkerboard patterns, saturated blues and greens. Compare it to Super Mario on SNES. That game looked so boring by comparison. The gameplay's incredible, yeah, there's nothing like it, but to me it was boring to look at compared to Sonic. As much as I think the...
Why is he just ramming into this turtle? What is that all about? But yeah, I never, when I was a kid, like, indulged or was like, wow, so cool and vibrant and stuff, like the levels. Like, I loved the games. I loved, like, it was fun playing it, like Sonic, Mario 64 DS. That's the game that I had because, you know, DS. But the Sonic games, though, even though I've never played it myself besides Sonic Colors, the levels, like the freaking carnival level or whatever it's called, I think it's the carnival level, right? Like, where it's like, yeah, I don't know. But, like, yeah. I agree.
Nothing like it, but to me it was boring to look at compared to Sonic. As much as
I'm trying to still figure out if that whole thing about, like, Sonic phenomenon or whatever is like an actual real study. Like, give me more articles, give me evidence, give me studies or something. I need to know. I have seen clearly, like, that a lot of autistic people love Sonic, but, like, is it really as well documented as he says it is? As if it's like some official, well-researched scientific thing, freaking Harvard University or something?
I think the Green Hill has been overdone to death. It still gives me a little warmth and happy chemicals just seeing it. That tropical island setting, those gorgeous waters.
Yeah, dude. Oh my gosh. Look at that. Yo, this guy. I feel him, dude. The freaking, the warm color. Like, yeah, dude. I feel that, dude. But yeah, like, look at the difference. Look at the difference here. Like, look at how vibrant the blue sky is and like like, I don't even know. I can't even speak. But, like, it's just so much more colorful. Green and blue and dark blue. And it's, like, contrasting with the... Man.
Just seeing it. That tropical...
And then if it gets to this, like, 2D design as well, like, it's so freeing, too. Like, this looks so much freer compared to, like, a Mario level. Well, no, that's not true. Maybe it is. I don't know. Because, like, if I look at this... It just looks like I can, like, roll around on the grass or something and just, like, play freaking frisbee or something. I don't know. Like it just looks like I can run around alongside Sonic right now. Like, look at this.
Setting, those gorgeous waters. I think that love of those strong color aesthetics is part of why the shiny blue of Thomas the Tank Engine appeals to some people on the spectrum as well. For many autistic people,
my dad, we haven't gotten diagnosed for this, but he is big on trains, so much so, and he did stand out amongst, like, other kids his age, and all he did was just, like, play with trains, and he was so obsessed with trains to the point that he literally became, like, a train conductor or something. So, you know, I mean, maybe he would have enjoyed Thomas the Tank Engine if he actually watched it. I don't know. But even outside of that, he clearly was into trains, and that's like a stereotypical autistic trait. So, I don't know. And then maybe that also explains why I'm the way I am as well. So, I mean, who knows? Who knows?
World provides an immersive sensory experience that is a form of emotional regulation and stress relief. There's the autism-friendly shapes, the movement, even the music appeals to many autistic people. The soundtrack of the Sonic Mega Drive games will play through my head till the day I die.
Oh, dude, this one.
Hell, I've endlessly used Sonic music in my videos.
And then, like, Sonic, and yeah, oh man. That's another thing I really love about Sonic, like Sonic games. The tracks, all of them are bangers. Even there's like this one that's like memed a lot. Okay, this isn't the one that I was thinking of, but this is funny though. Damn. I don't. Yo, honestly, honestly, it sounds funny. Honestly, it sounds funny, but okay. But it goes hard though. I'm not gonna lie. But then again, I'm not like I don't think I'm a good voice for like what goes hard when it comes to music because I freaking love Too Slimy. Well, okay, love is a strong word. I enjoy Too Slimy as well, and Too Slimy is a freaking, you know, so I don't know. For me, Too Slimy is like how I enjoy metal music as well. Like I don't freaking understand any of the lyrics, but it still goes hard because it gives me adrenaline. It gives me energy. I freaking. Yeah, you know? Same goes with Too Slimy. I don't freaking care about what he's like singing about or whatever he's doing. It just like the you know, he goes hard. Like it gives me, you know, like pumped and stuff. So this freaking it's funny in like it's like a funny contrast, but it's still kind of catchy. I'm not gonna lie. Oh, I gotta see the comments. The main instrument is a metal pan. Honestly, you could just say the main instrument is Metal Sonic banging against something. I don't know. Okay. Now we're getting okay. We're getting too loud now. This is hold on. Okay, I'm gonna stop. What the freak is this? Oh man, that's not what I wanted to see though. Found it. This is what I'm talking about. Oh, you already know. Hey, you hear that beat though? Hey, you already know that I'm moving so. I be moving like a Sonic. Damn, I'm iconic. I don't even know. Hey, I don't freaking care what you guys gotta say. Hey, I don't care what you gotta say. This is so freaking. I love this track. I'm not gonna lie. Again, love is a strong word, but I enjoy it. Because it has a beat. It has a beat. Like, what are you talking about? This slaps. Like. Damn! Hey! What? Like, hey, I'm not gonna pretend that it doesn't sound chaotic or whatever, and like, it sounds like right now, it sounds kind of a little bit offbeat or whatever, and even though it might not even be offbeat, but it sounds offbeat, but I still love it though. It still goes hard though. All right, I think that's enough. For me, even those tracks are like infamous for being like the worst sounding Sonic tracks or whatever. Dude, I'm still vibing to it. Boom. I don't hey, it goes hard. It goes hard.
Videos for the last 13 freaking years. I've never been a big rock and roll fan, but the light rock and roll of modern Sonic games has always been the perfect.
Okay, I can never take this scene seriously, dude. They're jerking off or whatever the freaking Sonic fan dub. I think they said something about that, right? The Sonic fan dub thing about like them jerking off or something. Like what are they doing?
Songs like Live and Learn or Open Your Heart. Yes. Sonic Unleashed. Live and Learn, like dun 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 dun. Like I was going to a completely different beat there, but you get what I'm trying to do there, right? Games has always been the perfect balance for me. Songs like Live and Learn or Open Your Heart are made so it's not too loud, but it's still intense enough where you want to move.
God.
I also spoke to a friend on this subject, a fellow autistic YouTuber who has also been a gigantic Sonic fan since he was a kid. Pop, my friend, why do you think people on the spectrum often like Sonic?
Hey, Strider, how are you doing? Well,
Hey,
apart from
man!
the reasons you mentioned,
Sonic the
like easily
Hedgehog.
readable designs and expressions, it delivers on sensory stimulating action that you'd typically find in projects like Dragon Ball Z, but with pets. Even with more humanoid designs and personalities, animals are just inherently a comfort.
That is a good point. Many neurodivergent
I never
people
thought about
have a
that,
strong
actually.
connection with animals and can find some animals comforting. I often find it
But I don't know if people who, like, yeah, they find animals comforting, look at characters like Sonic or whatever and think that's an animal. Like, obviously he looks more, I don't know. I don't think I've ever, when I was a kid, thought that like, oh, Sonic, he looks like a hedgehog. But, I mean, maybe that is the case for some people. Or maybe I have thought, I don't know. It's been a while. It's been a while.
much less work to be around animals than people.
See me? Nah, I hate animals. Dogs especially, man.
Oh, pup, you know sarcasm is the lowest form of wit.
I sure do, Strider. What
Did you just change models? What the freak?
am I 3D? Sonic character.
Okay, yeah, I was tripping out for a second there. No, I gotta run that back. I gotta see that again.
Lowest form of wit.
I sure do, Strider. Why the f am I 3D? Sonic characters express
Right.
themselves in unique ways, but they generally service the theme
The
of
Knuckles
justice.
clan.
Sonic is
Echidna
fundamentally
clan.
kind to the downtrodden and oppressed, which extends to his role in Tails' backstory, where he was bullied for his extra tail. As the central pillar of the cast, Sonic makes justice seem effortless in a way that we wish it could be in the real world. His friends only complement
True.
that further.
Just-
but the villains
just
also
punch the
directly
villain and
play
call it a
into
day.
those themes, with Eggman serving as the manifestation of man's folly effectively, determined to transform beautiful landscapes and ecosystems
Rotten
into his own
Hedgehog.
trashy amusement park. He reflects the kind of real-world
What the fudge? What? Hold on,
systems
what?
into his own trash
Where is this from? Since when did he do a Eggman Statue of Liberty or something? I don't remember seeing this before.
amusement park. He reflects the kind of real-world injustice that plays on the minds of many thoughtful and empathetic people on the spectrum.
Yeah, their motivations are pretty much clear from the start.
I love the
remember
music
you
in the
also
background.
mentioned the characters are relatable to many people on the spectrum too.
Absolutely. Many of the characters have the kinds of boundaries exhibited by people on the spectrum. Knuckles enjoys his solitude, and it's noted that he's not a fan of bright
Right.
lights, suggesting sensory sensitivity.
Wait,
We've also-
really? Wait, I've never heard that before. Wait, I gotta figure this out. Hold on. Canonical Sega lore establishes that he personally dislikes and is sensitive to bright lights and strong sunlight. Because he spent most of his life in relative isolation guarding the Master Emerald on the floating Angel Island. He is poorly adjusted to artificial highly... Wait, what? Wasn't the floating island not originally like a floating island? Because if it was, wouldn't he be seeing the sun every day pretty much? Well, not every day because, the moon or whatever. How have I never heard of this before? I've seen so much stuff when it comes to Knuckles, like freaking, like the games and Sonic X and all types of stuff. Like right here. Yeah, Sonic X. I've literally, where? When did this get explained? I don't know, that's interesting though.
that he's not a fan of bright lights, suggesting sensory sensitivity. We've also seen Eggman exploit Knuckles' empathy on numerous occasions. It's established in Dark Beginnings that Shadow feels at odds with his own biology,
I may look like a hedgehog, but I'm really no different than this thing.
which actively hinders his sense
I low-key feel like Shadow's voice, anytime I see him, it gets lower and lower. It actively is getting lower,
of
dude.
belonging and his ability to
Like,
make
what?
connections.
I don't know if
Hold on. Dude,
Actively hinders his sense of belonging and his ability to make
brother.
connections.
Bro. I feel like you don't even have to be a Sonic fan to have gooned to Rouge the Bat. The Rouge is built different, man. Like, when I was a kid and she kissed Tails and like defeated him that way in Sonic X, brother, I was like, yo, Tails, you lucky son of a gun. How dare you? It should have been me, not him.
Don't know if there's a place for me on Earth.
Yo, actually, why is his voice so deep? My name is Shadow the Hedgehog. Like, that's the kind of something like that. That's what I'm used to. I am the ultimate life form. That kind of voice. Now he's like getting to like Kratos levels, low key. Like, I don't think like, bro, this dude's about to become freaking Batman.
And his ability to make connections.
I don't know if there's a place for me on Earth.
I don't know if there's a Yo. This dude Shadow went through puberty 2.0 or something.
We also see examples of black and white thinking as he wants to burn the world down in the face of injustice after what happened to Maria. Blaze the cat is shown to be introverted until she's taking on a different persona for Amy's birthday party, and then she comes out of her shell, suggesting she's more comfortable masking. I think people on the spectrum would benefit from a friend like Amy Rose, though, who is candid and clear at all times and wears her heart on her sleeve. She's very...
Hey, if I was in Sonic's place, I'm telling you, that's the kind of relationship I need. Just freaking... I hate these stupid ass games, dude. Freaking... like, does she actually like me, or is this a freaking prank? Is there like a camera? Was it a dare for her to like me? Like, to say that she likes me? Like, dude, just tell me if you like me or not, you know? Or love me, or whatever, you know? And then let's move on from there.
Very easy to read. And if we look at Sonic himself, the main man, he's very guarded with his emotions and tends to prefer solitude and rest to socialization. Simply put, Sonic characters make autistic traits look cool.
Damn, yeah, looking back, you're right. As a kid, I related to Sonic never getting involved in the party and just single-mindedly focusing on his goal. And I seriously related to Knuckles being
and I never even realized that.
And just avoiding social interactions altogether. Thanks for your thoughts on this, Pop.
Happy to help.
I'm still so confused by the Knuckles thing. He's on a floating island, and he's by a glowing Chaos Master Emerald. Does he hide when the sun is out? Or I genuinely have never heard of this before. This is boggling my mind.
And just avoiding social interactions altogether. Thanks for your thoughts on this, Pop.
Happy to help, Strider.
Ciao.
Did you know Sonic is technically an autistic people's genes? As there is a gene called the Sonic the Hedgehog gene.
There's no way. There's no way. There's actually no way. What are you talking about? There's no way that's a thing. The Sonic the Hedgehog gene. Really? Really? If you have this gene, you're automatically into Sonic the Hedgehog, or what? What are we talking about?
Very important gene for embryonic development. Studies from Science Direct and the National Institute of Health have found that autistic children have higher levels of the Sonic the Hedgehog protein. Sonic the Hedgehog protein correlates with being on the autism spectrum. How wild is that? So at least if someone ever asks me why I'm on the autism spectrum, I can just say, well, I had too much Sonic the Hedgehog in me. And with that said...
Pause, by the way. Nah, but hold on. Does he have freaking sources or something? Where? The Sonic the Hedgehog SHH gene is a key instruction set in the body that guides embryonic growth. Wait, it's actually .gov? That's I'm about to lose my freaking mind. That's an actual thing. Who named it that? Who named it Sonic the Hedgehog gene? It produces a vital signaling protein that tells cells what tissue to become. How? Why? Why is it called that? I'm so confused. Oh, I'm so confused. Is there such a thing for, like, not everything, obviously, but is there like a freaking Superman gene or something? Or like a Mario gene? I'm learning a lot. I'm learning a lot. This is really interesting.
Oh, you really think they want to know? What? Oh, alright. You might be wondering, why is a Sonic the Hedgehog gene called Sonic the Hedgehog? Well,
yeah, I do.
First discovered the Sonic gene in fruit flies, and the mutation in the fly caused the embryo to grow spiky, prickly hairs. I don't know if they started eating chili dogs, though, so they called it the Sonic the Hedgehog gene. Plus, you know,
that's it.
I think a lot of scientists are autistic too.
Before we wrap up today, the names of my top tier patrons, I wanted to share something with you I learned recently that's
wouldn't it be called Hedgehog gene or something?
Growing up, I spent many years believing a toxic rule that if I ever felt tired, raw, or overwhelmed, I was just simply making excuses for myself.
But
Oh,
today,
yeah.
I think I understand a little better. Honoring your own sensory fatigue, being willing to slow down and listen to your body, that's not a sign of weakness, that's a sign of intelligence. It's okay to step into your own quiet recovery space. Productivity doesn't define your worth. You don't have to be a perfect machine to be worthy of absolute safety and dignity. You have full permission to just be you, because you are more than enough. All that said, thank you for just being here to the end of the video and offering me some of your time. Thanks for watching, and whether you see me again or not, I hope you just see Sonic again. And as well as a big thank you to all my patrons.
Dude, this was a freaking great video, man. I like this. This was awesome. I learned so many things that I haven't even heard before. Freaking Knuckles apparently is not, you know, has like sensory issues with light. Freaking the Sonic gene. With the Sonic gene. Oh yeah, dude, I'm gonna be telling that to everyone I know because that is the freaking craziest thing ever. What? I'm still gonna do research off camera about this though, because I gotta make sure like I really want to, I'm genuinely curious now of like what it means and like if it actually has anything to do with like being autistic or something. Cause it says something about like proteins or something, but like does it like do something neurological in your brain to like actually like be like make you more inclined to like Sonic or something? Like what does it, cause like on fruit flies, it just made them look more spiky or something. I don't know. I got way too many questions about that. But anyway, I did not expect this video to be this long, but then again, it is me we're talking about here. I'm the freaking king of yapping. So yeah, I'm done. I'm out of here. This is a great video.